There is nowhere to pee here, and I need to pee.
Welcome to our Naked Minds. I'm Deidre.
And I'm Myra.
And we're giving you some lip about bisexuality, one show at a time.
And every week we're going to be talking in depth about bisexual issues, from recognizing your identity
to social and political issues.
Yes, and everything in between.
Yeah. Last week we continued answering the bisexuality survey that we found. And just in case you missed it, we answered these two questions. I'm going to read them. 1, can you tell if someone else is also bisexual, or is it impossible to know? And 2, are you a feminine or masculine individual? For example, if you are a bisexual woman, do you dress according to gender standards or go more butch or androgynous? So go back and check out that video if you missed it.
And now this week, instead of, seems like the past couple weeks we've done 2 questions from the survey on each week, but this week we're going to do just one. And it may seem like a really simple question to you, when in fact it's anything but a simple question.
Because we're going to expand. We're going to expand on this very simple question and give you some of our experiences, because as always we're hoping that our experiences are going to help you. So here's the question. Are you out as a bisexual?
Okay, so I'm going to answer first. The answer is yes. However, there's more to it than just that.
It's kind of a funny answer, because obviously we are, because we have got this show. But
yeah, you would think it'd be obvious, wouldn't you?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, sweetie. Go ahead.
No, this goes back to something that we discussed in a prior episode, and it goes back to my 20s, to my late teens and early 20s. It depended on if I was with a female or a male as to how I answered. Like I had said before, I always knew that I was bisexual, but the term really wasn't widely available. And also there was so much pressure to be one or the other, one thing or the other. So it wasn't until...
You're talking about lesbian or straight?
Yes.
Straight.
So it wasn't until the late 90s that I took a break from dating, just to kind of get in touch with myself, really. I knew that I was bi.
Right.
I had always known that. But I needed some time just to myself, and to come to terms with the fact that I didn't have to adhere to someone else's label, and I guess kind of accept my bisexuality, accept that as a label.
Now, was that a label that you used in the late 90s? Was that a label out and available for you to grab a hold of, or did you just say, you know what, I like both sexes?
The latter.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It was semi-available, not really, but I mean, by that time, of course, I knew what the term was. I'm not a fan of labels as it is, but that is a part of society. That is what happens and what people do, and that is how kids grow up learning. That's the way they grow up learning. That's a car. That's a cat. That's a dog. You know, it's not just words. These are labels too, to attach to things. And it took me a while of not dating, not discussing my private relationships with anyone, and I just came to terms with who I was. And it was pretty much like, I know who I am. I've known this for years. Fuck you to everybody else. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
but it was a big fuck you to everybody.
That's what I love about
because I knew who I was, and I was not going to let one group or another control my label
Right.
and make me who they wanted to be. And just like a certain particular person keeps saying I'm gay, she wants me to be. That's all there is to it. And how many times have I told her by now, no, I'm bi, but you call me whatever is okay with your head. That's all that. That's kind of the history. But let's talk about more recent things. Yes, in the late 90s, I accepted that, and that's what I said. And people continued to, if I was dating a female, they would continue to call me gay. If I were dating a guy, well, pretty much by then they didn't know what to make of that. So, so I don't know what they call me behind my back, except ho, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, then along in the 2000s, along came Facebook, and so around 2013 or something like that, I formally came out as bi. Formally came out, and I think it was National Pride Day or something. No, it was National Coming Out Day. It was National Coming Out Day. And I think last year, I think every year I have done something on Facebook for National Bi Day or whatever.
Day.
Yeah, Bi Visibility Day. But something like that. And so everybody I know already knew I was a part of the LGBT community, but this pretty much was my way of saying, here it is. If you needed a label for me, here it is. This is what I am. So anyway, it's kind of like once a year, for whatever reason, I go ahead and do it again. So come out, just so y'all know.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, just in case you forgot. But coming out on Facebook, like I said, for me, everybody pretty much already knew. I just have been saying to everyone, if you've been trying to find the label for me for years, so here it is. Now, I want to speak a minute about coming out on Facebook, because my girlfriend picked Facebook to come out on Facebook. And see, she's had her own business and stuff, so she had something like 1,200 followers or 1,500, some amazing, remarkable amount. Because she, all of her friends and family and such, and then all these business folks. And one morning, I awoke, went to the computer for something, decided I would pull up Facebook, and blam! There it was. Honey, I'm sorry to out you here on your Facebook outing.
Help me on my Facebook outing.
Yeah, I just outed you on what you did on Facebook. But I'm telling you, I just about fell out of my computer chair.
That was October of 2015.
October 7th. I remember the exact date.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
did that.
You want to tell them about you want to tell them if you are out
that.
or not?
I did that.
As bi?
Evidently I am out as bisexual. But it actually started before then. If you'd watched some of the previous videos, I struggled with it for years and fought the idea of being bisexual for years. And once I came to the realization, self-acceptance, self-awareness, self-acceptance, that wow, that indeed is who I am, I really wanted to come out to somebody. And so I think I picked a very safe person to come out to, or who I thought would be a very safe person to come out to, which is a friend of mine who was a lesbian. And
that's pretty safe.
Yes, I figured it'd be pretty safe. And I was still nervous as heck. Holy cow, I was so nervous, man. I spent my whole life running away from this identity, if you will, or you called it a label. I'd been running away from it, and here it was, wow, gonna tell the first person, and it was terrifying. It was really, really terrifying. And I talked about all kinds of things before I actually got to it. I talked about all kinds of things. And she knew I was beating around the bush. But you know, when I finally said the words, I'm a bisexual, wow. It wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. But it also helped that I had somebody that was very accepting in front of me.
But now, if I
and also
recall,
loved me.
she did question your.
Yes, she did. She did question it.
Yeah,
that's true.
She did say, "Are you sure? Are you really sure?"
I conveniently forgot that part.
I didn't.
Yeah, she did. So, are you sure? Yeah, I'm very, very damn sure. But then the next few were still really hard. I believe I had a few glasses of wine before my next few.
And every time she would come out to the next person and the next, every time she would go to meet these people to come out to them, I would text her like erotic images or any kind of thing. I was trying to make her laugh.
God, and you did.
Yeah, and ease her tension so she wouldn't be so sitting there with sweaty palms or anything.
So sweet.
Maybe I shouldn't have told that part of it.
It's out there. But it really helped, and I think that's really a wonderful thing. Is at least for me, it was really wonderful having somebody so supportive, you being so supportive of me telling people, and it was wonderful to be able to come back to you and say, "Hey, here's how it went."
Yeah.
And that was really fantastic for me. Really fantastic.
Plus, you had great.
I really had great experiences.
You did.
I really did.
You had great interactions
I
with these
was
people, and
so incredibly nervous, and most of the time, everybody was incredibly supportive.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times, what? And other times, like, oh yeah, I kind of already knew that, or suspected, or whatever. And then, I got a burr up my ass because I didn't want to lose this person, and that's why I came out on Facebook. I wanted to make a declaration, kind of a professing of, gosh, I'm way out of the closet, sweetie. I'm so far out of the closet. Here I am, and there was also an apology as well, but that's not here nor there. I don't necessarily think that coming out of Facebook's a great idea for everybody. I immediately lost pretty close to 300 friends. Obviously weren't friends, but immediately judged by about 300 people.
But, and I'm going to interrupt because I do want them to know that, yes, she did lose some. However, I told y'all about, starting to sip my coffee. It pretty much spit all over the computer screen when I saw it.
Yeah, because I think the very first line in the thing was, "I am a bisexual." I think that was the first line,
that was
wasn't
the
it?
first line, yeah. And it went on from there, and all I could think was, oh my God, what is she doing? And I wrote,
Take this down.
You need to take
you
this
should probably
down.
take this down.
And she wrote me back. She was sitting right there too, and wrote back, said, "I'm not going to."
No.
And I said,
done
I
hiding.
really think you should.
That's what I said. I said, I'm done hiding.
Yeah, and I said, I really think you should. You're going to lose friends. And all of a sudden, there's like pages and pages of people attacking me.
My girlfriend.
I was the one she was writing about. And they were just attacking the shit out of me. And I went, okay, I'm backing off.
I have good friends.
She has some
really supportive friends.
Yeah,
wow.
Really supportive.
It was amazing.
Comments were made. Everybody was pissed at me, but they had no idea who I was. They were like, she can be who she wants to be. What are you doing? What are you telling her?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, so, it
not that they attacked my girlfriend, but the support was
they were pissed at me.
Really, really fantastic.
They were a little bit of
because they
mode.
they thought that you were not supporting me, and little did they know.
Yeah, little did they know.
Little did they
and
know.
so I just sat back and said, good. I hope everybody else is, all of her friends are like this. I hope she gets this much support.
A lot of them were. It was fantastic.
It was.
I do want to talk about one other person that I came out to, and that is my best friend from childhood, which actually was just rather recent, early 2016. And
and now don't you need to let them know that she's, very,
very, very
a religious fundamentalist.
Conservative religious fundamentalist. And I've known her since 5th grade, and we've been best friends for a very, very, very long time. I call her mom. I mean, that's how close we were. And she wasn't on Facebook, so she didn't see my coming out story. And then all of a sudden one day she got on Facebook, and I knew that she saw that obviously there's pictures of us on there, and it says right on there on my status that I'm in a relationship with Myra. And so I knew she knew. And it was difficult for her. It was really, really difficult for her because of her viewpoints. And but what's really interesting is that once she got past that, and we decided to meet and get together, she lives in another state, we decided to meet and get together. What's really interesting was that after she kind of got past her shock and concern for me, she said, when we were kids, I used to defend you to all of our friends because for sure you were a lesbian. And I was like, really? See, I didn't know any of this was going on. Now, of course, my girlfriend says, have you seen your pictures?
And if y'all have watched any of our previous episodes, I said at one point, I am going to talk about how I look at her every once in a while and go, really? You didn't know you're bi?
I didn't know.
This is one of those times. She didn't know that her best friend had been all of their growing up life defending her.
Yeah, defending me to all these people who were saying, watch out for her, she's lesbian. She's like, no, she's not. No, she's not. We're best friends. I mean, we're best friends. But, wow, I didn't know. And then she went and told mom, her mom, who I call mom. She went and told her, and she says, oh, that's not surprising. Wow, I wish somebody had told me when I was a kid. But anyway, I don't necessarily recommend that Facebook is where you come out. And you have to do what's best for you in your situation. It worked out well for me. It doesn't mean it'll work out well for you. And frankly, depending on where you live,
that's right,
it may or may not be actually dangerous. It could be dangerous. And case in point, we live in North Carolina, and in early 2016, our governor passed the HB2 law.
Yeah.
And you want to talk a little bit about that?
The HB2, there are so many aspects to it, but by the time you see this video, I don't know what will be going on in North Carolina, but as it stands right now, it was passed in March. And there's, like I said, there's so many aspects to it. It concerns transgender folks in bathroom usage. It concerns being able to sue on a state level. There's just a variety of things about it.
And it took away our rights to protect ourselves against discrimination. LGBT, it took away the LGBT community's rights to defend ourselves against discrimination.
Yes, it really did. And there's so many aspects to it, but there's been a ton of backlash. There have been major concerts that have been canceled because the artists said they were not going to perform here because of the law. There have been companies, businesses that are now pulling out of their plans to relocate here or build a business here or
I'm just
further their businesses.
And I'm going to interrupt you for just a moment because we're actually going to be discussing HB2 in depth on our website.
Yeah, so
OurNakedMinds.com.
Great, thank you, because that's there's so much to it. It's too much to discuss right here,
but as it relates to coming out as bisexual,
it's difficult right here in North Carolina right now. Right now is difficult. I've lived in North Carolina the majority of my life. I have moved away a few times, and every time I'd move back because I miss it. I love it here. North Carolina's always been a progressive state. Maybe not as progressive as California or even New York at times, but it's always been known as a bastion of what I call purpleism. You know, it's not a red state, it's not a blue state. It's been progressive and kind of purple.
How you doing?
So, and it's not anymore, and that's why we're talking. It's the only reason we brought this up.
Because you were saying, and I'm feeling it as well, is we're feeling differently.
We feel very differently since this has been passed. So no matter that businesses it's hurt our business community. We've had, so many things canceled, future conferences, all kinds of things. It doesn't matter about all that. These stalwarts have dug their heels in the sand, and they are not, the conservative stalwarts are not budging on this. And it feels different to me here. Having lived here practically all my life, I've never in my life felt afraid of, let's say, going out with you and us displaying at least touching,
holding hands.
Yeah, little things like that. I've never been afraid of that, and I am now. And you may be. That's the thing that you've got to think about.
Yeah,
and
depending
we'd
on where
love
you
to
live.
hear about it.
Yeah.
We would love to hear what you're going through. Where do you live? There are other things. There are other laws like HB2 in Mississippi. Georgia was up for one. Tennessee was up for one. We want to know what you're going through. And also, real quickly, I do want to say this, lastly, because this relates to it. If you aren't out, I want to know, does this relate to you? And I want to, are you not coming out because of any of these political things going on? And last thing here, I feel an anger from people, and politicians are telling people that everything that's wrong is the LGBT community's fault.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of scared anymore. Never felt that before. Is that affecting you at all? Is that affecting you coming out? Or if you haven't come out, mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to affect your decision to do so where you live? Again, as Deidre was saying, please leave us some comments about this after the video, after you've watched this video, or go to OurNakedMinds.com and talk to us about that. And again, we are going to put up some kind of blog post. Our Naked Minds is we're not really so much we're trying not to be a total political video series or anything like that. We run the gamut on bisexual issues and just being bisexual. But political issues like these right now are so horrendous.
They affect us.
They do affect us.
They affect us as bisexuals, but also the LGBT community.
Right. But if you're not a very, you wouldn't call yourself a political person, and that may turn you off, then, again, I just want to assure you that our video series is not geared towards just political issues at all. But I also want everyone to know that, by God, OurNakedMinds.com is going to discuss some of these things.
Yeah.
Because
awesome.
this stuff affects us.
It does.
It affects
so leave some
all
comments. Love to have you come by our website, OurNakedMinds.com. Click like and share with your friends. And if you have a topic that you would like for us to address, or a question you'd like to ask, then please, by all means, go by the website, ournakedminds.com, and leave the information there, and we'll make sure we get back to you.
Right. So, for now, goodbye from the beach.
And don't forget to visit Our Naked Minds next week.
Oh, and one more thing. Also, don't forget to continue watching, and you can see our Naked Minds video fuck ups. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I can't wait for you to try your first taste of gefilte fish tonight.
I've always been scared of it.
Don't be scared. It's really simple stuff.
Oh, and that's not it. Oh, my brain is not working.
So for now, goodbye from the beach.
And don't forget to visit us. I'm sorry.
No, I was expecting you. I was just about to do this and say, and don't, just squinty.
Huh?
Just squinty.
Don't forget to visit us at ournakedminds.com.
Bye.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, we'll do that. I know. I have to pee now.